Good morning.
Morning.
How are you, Mr. Steve?
Yeah.
Ted, how are you?
Good. How are you doing, Steve?
Good.
How are you?
All right.
Good.
How do I look?
Perfect. Oh, great.
You look good.
Look okay?
You already went to hair and makeup. You're perfect.
Uh-huh.
All right, well, just a bit of housekeeping. I guess we'll start with Mr. Elman and then go to Kathy and then Ted Bunkman. But as you finish your portion, just kind of slide the microphones over and give you guys time. You need to get your shot changed.
Okay.
But you can't say something from over here or over there if the microphones aren't near you. But when we get with Mr. Elman, he just has some general statements about the weather weekend that's ahead and our state of readiness.
Well, we got good news and bad news. The bad news is we're getting 5 to 10 inches. The only good news is that it's not going to be during a workday.
Oh,
So
that is
hopefully
good.
our folks will have a much better opportunity to get that snow plowed and off the roads and get us back to a situation. But while they're doing that, I hope everybody will realize that this is a really difficult situation for our drivers and for everybody. And if you can stay home on Saturday, that would be great. And hopefully we'll get all the roads clear so you can go to church on Sunday. So I'm going to turn that over here to.
All right, and why don't we skip over to Ted if we can, and we'll come back.
Okay.
And we'll think,
Okay.
talk about the
Let's talk about
The traffic.
how it all works.
Yeah. So we've been out since Wednesday, treating our roadway. We have crews that will come in this weekend, working around the clock in 12-hour shifts. We take care of approximately 1,700 lane miles of roadway with 36 drivers per shift. The challenging part with this, besides the amount of snow, will be the cold temperatures. Our chemical treatments don't work as well in these conditions, and also it's hard on our equipment. We start getting breakdowns, which can slow down our response. But we just ask that residents stay home if they're able to, and to be patient. If they cannot park on the street, that's also helpful, allows us to get around a little better, and just give our plow trucks plenty of room to maneuver.
And of course, those that have a home can stay in it, but not everybody has a home.
That is correct,
So-
Steve.
oh, there you go. Pardon.
Kathy, speaking on behalf of over 100 volunteers that have successfully operated the Emergency Weather Response Program for the unhoused individuals. The streets are fragilely cold. We are expecting a large team of people to be on dispatch and telephones to receive those messages left by those that are unhoused in these dangerous, fragile temperatures. We at the Emergency Weather Response Team, our goal is to prevent death prevention from hypothermia, and for 10 years we have been successful of that. We could not do it alone, so a big shout out to all of the Tri-County areas, cities and governments, and Lincoln, Warren, and St. Charles County for doing their part as volunteers coming together, and also thanks to Steve Elman and his team who have recently approved some emergency money from the government to help with these things and transportation as we can. So our goal is to get them off the streets into some type of warming location. We are expecting to provide transportation if possible, knowing that the upcoming snow of several inches will detain a lot, I'm sure, but we will try to come up with a better solution in more locations. We have doubled our locations in St. Charles County since we last talked in December, and so I'm truly grateful that we have been able to do that. It really helps on the expense of Uber transportations as well as getting people into a safe location faster. I would also like to share that this is a very trustful program. we still have, believe it or not, some individuals living in the wood areas saying that they would like to stay in the woods. So if you out there see someone in an intersection or walking by the woods on a regular basis, it probably means they're needing a warm, safe shelter. Feel free to reach out to a dispatcher, whether with the ambulance district or with the police departments in your areas, to do a well check visit and encourage them to go to a very trustful, safe warming center.
All right, if you have any questions, we could just swap the microphones around. You want to begin with anyone in particular?
So perfect the first time. That's exciting.
Yeah, and by the way, don't thank me for the money, thank the taxpayers, it's their money, not mine. And
hopefully the team that voted
People wonder
was-
why we keep a nice reserve. This is one reason.
Yes.
We never know when we're gonna need additional money for something
Mm-hmm.
like this. We never know. Boy, some years we spend 3 times what we did the year before on chemicals and overtime
Overtime.
for these guys who, you know.
I can do a shout out and a thank you one more time if you want to,
No, that's
you know,
fine.
fix it and change it. It was my intention to say that to the taxpayers as well. The volunteers that make it happen and your team,
Yeah.
you know, our government
Yeah.
that makes that happen. That's a good feel.
All right, one thing I'll say, and then I won't meddle because I know we have some questions here, but the last time you guys talked about this to the media, there was a challenge issued for some of the other towns to come up with some money. I don't know if anything's happened on that, because St. Charles County kicked in, what was it, $30,000 for
yeah.
the emergency weather response. And we said, hey, St. Peters, Colville, Wentzville, how about it? But is there anything new?
Well, I can't say that the others took the challenge from the other government areas, but I do know that we had great success with collecting from individuals and businesses in the community with Mr. Elman's challenge to raise more safe money for our folks in need.
Well, that's great, and again, this is still relatively early in the cold weather season. So,
Yes,
you know,
sir. We would have
let-
ran out of money this week.
Would have run out of money
without
this
that.
week?
Absolutely. So
Okay.
thank you to the St. Charles County taxpayers as well. EWR, Emergency Weather Response, would have ran out of money this week. There's no doubt about it.
okay.
Question for anybody at the table. What about this storm worries you the most that we're going to see this weekend?
Press conferences.
Yeah. It's both the amount of snow that we could possibly get, coupled with the extreme cold temperatures. Like I said before, our treatment chemicals don't work as well in these lower temperatures, and it's hard on our equipment. You start to see more of our trucks and spreaders start breaking down throughout the course of the storm.
I said it originally, good news, bad news. The bad news is we're getting 5 to 10 inches. The good news is we're getting it on a Saturday, not on a work day. So, you know, hopefully they can get all the roads cleared on Saturday, and people can stay home if they can, and if they have a home. And we'll get the roads cleared on Saturday, and then they can go to church on Sunday.
And can I ask one more thing?
Sure.
With the storm supposed to go into Sunday night, what is your goal for the Monday morning commute?
Yeah, our goal is to have roads passable for Monday. Like I said, it's a large amount of snow that they're forecasting. So, you know, but that is our goal, that Monday morning, all the county roads are passable.
You gotta, you know, understand this much better than the rest of us. I mean, it makes a big difference when you find out that the storm is coming.
Yep,
How much lead time you have.
yep,
How many people are on the roads when you have to get out there.
yes.
So, a lot of this is just luck of the draw. But I think we might be a little bit lucky.
Yeah, it's on the weekend. We've seen this coming all week. We're prepared. We've got all of our routes covered. Guys have been put on notice. We've, had meetings with our whole team, getting everybody on board with the plan of attack and how we're gonna treat it, and, we're ready.
For obviously the prevailing advice is don't travel if you can avoid it. For folks who have to travel, could you maybe just reiterate some of those points about what they can be doing to help out your plow crews and help themselves stay safe?
Yeah, I mean, travel slowly. You're going to encounter snow-packed roads at some point. So drive cautiously, slow into the corners, slow going downhill, slow in general, and don't follow too closely, and give our plows plenty of room to operate.
Anything else?
Get those streets clean
Yep.
so our folks who use bicycles and walk, and the transportation that we need to lean on to get the folks safely to locations. So teamwork, right? Teamwork.
Question for you about the homeless individuals. How many people can you accommodate this weekend? And then, are you expecting to see more because it is both snowy and cold?
We actually have a few hundred unhoused in our community, and we have been serving 45 folks each night that we've been open, and we've been open for several nights already. And the several nights will continue in the upcoming week. So we are anticipating 45 to 50, and we have made the extra arrangements for supplies and bedding. And so we have been working behind the scenes to make that happen and be very possible to get the unhoused to a safe, warm place.
Do you have any needs at the moment? Is any need for donation or volunteers or anything?
I would say that if you went to the St. Charles Community Council website, there is a donate button, and that is the challenge that we continue to collect the emergency fundings. So we don't have to worry about the month of February. This season will run through the mid-March month. And so with this week being so severe with the temperatures as well as the amount of snow, we are a little concerned of what might happen for the month of February. That's usually our biggest winter month. So donations, that would be great.
Mr. Owen, in terms of, this is more of a regional response. I know MoDOT has come under criticism for how they responded to the last snow ice storm. What is your office, has there been any communication between your office and MoDOT about how your expectations for them during this storm?
Well, this is kind of what I was referring to earlier. It's just it's just all about timing, and I think they didn't get the best information. We may have gotten a little better information than they had. I think we may have gotten started a little bit earlier than they did, but once again, once you got into that rush hour. But I know that I've talked to them. They're very much aware of the dissatisfaction among my constituents over the way it was handled last time, and I guarantee you they'll do much better tomorrow. If they don't, I'll call them again. But that's the other thing people need to understand. Their different roads are maintained by different groups. In St. Charles County, Highway 94, the interstates, all the lettered routes, those are state routes. So if you're on Highway D or DD or B or any of those, and it's not being taken care of, we may be calling MoDOT and asking them what the problem is, but that's not our responsibility. Likewise, each city has the local city streets that they're responsible. So it's true. You talk about regionalism. This is certainly the snow doesn't pay any attention to borders, but we still have these jurisdictions, and I know sometimes we cooperate with cities, and we'll help them here and they'll help us there. So cooperation is important, and it's just again, if everybody gets the information they need in a timely manner, it usually works pretty well. And that's why I think we're lucky on this one. We'll all be ready.
All right, we got time for one more. Going once.
You're gonna get some, they're gonna get some footage on the truck out there?
What's the best park for sledding into St. Charles?
Well, when I was a kid, it was Blanchette Park, and I think it probably still is.
I think so too.
They got, they called it Bums Hollow, because it was along the, it was along the railroad track, that's now the extension of Fifth Street. And during the Depression, that's where the hobos, or I don't know what's the politically correct word today. But anyway, they camped out there, and so they called it Bums Hollow. And as far as I know, the city hasn't come up with a more politically correct name for it. The other good, when my dad was a kid, the other good place, it was Lindenwood University. It was college at the time. You know where the football field is? That was a very steep hill there, and yeah, they would you'd sled down that hill, turn around, come back up. And, do kids still do that?
Go ahead.
Do kids still
They were
sled?
last year.
Kids are already bugging me.
The fact that it's gonna be more of a powdery snow is what I
Uh-huh.
heard. Is that better or worse than if it had high water content?
Yeah, so the powdery snow will be easier to push. It's not quite as heavy. But then you also have, with winds, it's easier to drift. So it kind of goes both ways.
So you could clear it 1 hour, and an hour later it's
Drifted back close, yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you all very
Thank you.
much.
Thanks, everybody. Teamwork. I love it.